And thanks for joining us on the Gallery TV News on the hour. I am Titilayo Olamide. And first are the news headline. On the national security issue, Buhari to meet with security chiefs on Thursday. Former Deputy Senate President Ibrahim Mantu dies. Still on the case of Hush Puppy and Kyari, probe panel submits amended reports on Kyari. And on the foreign scene, Taliban renames country Islamic Emirates of Afghanistan. Defiant Afghan ex-vice president vows to fight Taliban. And on sport news, Athletes Village reopens 1 week before Tokyo Paralympics begins. Lastly, Liz Sanchez out for 6 weeks. And now the news in details. On national security, Buhari to meet with security chiefs on Thursday. President Muhammadu Buhari will on Thursday meet with the security chiefs as part of measures to tackle the numerous security challenges in the country. The special advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, disclosed this in a statement issued on Tuesday, adding that the meeting will hold in the presidential villa in Abuja, the nation's capital. This is coming 6 days after the president returned to the country from London, the United Kingdom, where he attended an education summit and did health checks. Service chiefs expected in attendance include the Chief of Defense Staff, General Leo Irabo, Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya, the Chief of Naval Staff, Rear Admiral Awaz Zubaru Gambo, and Chief of Air Staff, Air Vice Marshal Oladayo Amoho. Others expected at the meeting include Vice President Yemi Oshibanjo, the Minister of Defense Major General Bashir Salihi Magashi retired, the Director General Department of State Services DSS Yusuf Magaji Bichi, and the Inspector General of Police Usman Akali Baba. The security forces have in the past few weeks taken the battle more robustly to insurgents, bandits, and all other criminals troubling the country, and they are now surrendering in droves. The presidential spokesman explained that his principal will be brought up to speed on developments at the Thursday meeting, while plans to bring a decisive end to these challenges will be formulated. Former Deputy Senate President Ibrahim Mantu dies. The former Deputy Senate President Ibrahim Mantu is dead. Mantu died in a private hospital in Abuja in the early hours of Tuesday after falling ill 9 days ago. The disease was elected under the platform of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in 1999 to represent Plateau Central Senatorial District in the National Assembly. He gathered political relevance in national politics after emerging as the Deputy Senate President in 1992, a position he held for 8 years. Before his demise, Mantu was a member of the PDP Board of Trustees. He equally served in many capacities, including the Director General of the Fourth National Republican Convention, Presidential Campaign 1993, National Chairman, the Fourth People's Democratic Alliance, and National Publicity Secretary, the Fourth United Nigeria Congress Party. Meanwhile, Plateau State Governor Simon Lalong has mourned the former Deputy Senate President, describing the death as a great loss to the state and Nigeria at large. Lalong said he received the news of the demise of the elder statesman and erudite politician with a heavy heart, recalling his enormous contributions to the socio-political development of the state and the nation at large. Until his death, Governor Lalong explained that the deceased availed the state government of his wealth of experience and knowledge in running the affairs of the state. And still on the case of Hush Puppy, probe panel submits amended report on Kyari. The Special Investigation Panel has submitted its report to the Inspector General of Police Usman Baba 2 weeks after it was mandated to probe the former head intelligence response team Abba Kyari, a Deputy Commissioner of Police. The four-man panel headed by the Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of the Force Criminal Investigations Department, Joseph Ebunike, submitted its findings to the IG on Monday. Kyari is under investigation for his alleged involvement in a $1.1 million internet fraud allegedly perpetrated by an Instagram influencer, Abbas Ramon, popularly known as Hush Puppy, and 4 others, Abdurrahman Juma Abdu, Vincent Kelly Shibuza Kelly, Rukayat Moturayo Fashola Murayo, and Bola Tito Adabiaka Bolamide. The FBI had claimed that Kyari detained Chibuzo at the behest of Hush Puppy for 1 month to enable the latter and his co-conspirators to fleece their Qatari victim of over $1 million. Following the development, the IG on August 1st recommended the suspension of DCP to the Police Service Commission with effect from July 31st, and also set up the SIP to investigate the allegations against him. Kyari was replaced at the IRT by Tuji Disu, also a DCP. During its sittings, Kyari appeared several times before the panel, where it dismissed the allegations of convening with Hush Puppy to defraud the Qatari businessman. It was gathered that the SIP session with Kyari were relaxed and cordial, a situation that gave the DCP the confidence that he would be absolved of the allegations. Sources said Ebunike and Kyari had a long-time relationship, since the former was an assistant commissioner of police in the Police Accounts Department, where he served for over 15 years. It was learned that the panel submitted the report last week, but it was rejected by the IG for being too lenient on Kyari. A source stated the panel concluded its investigation and submitted its report to the IG last Thursday or Friday, but the IG rejected it. He was not comfortable with the panel findings and recommendation. We will be going on the short break, and then when we come back, the news continue.
Residents, especially owners of landed properties, payment of land use charge has now been made easy through an online platform known as Lola. Lola is Lagos online assistance platform where payment of land use charge is possible through a WhatsApp-only message on 0815-433-3883. This Lola platform, initiated by the Lagos State Ministry of Finance, will make the payment of land use charge possible anytime, any day, and anywhere without any third-party involvement. For more information, please visit www.lola.ng or luc.lagostate.gov.ng. Lola, the easiest way to pay your Lagos State land use charge. Always remember, Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó àjùmọ̀ṣe ni.
Back from that break, and with that, we move to foreign scene. Taliban remains country Islamic Emirates of Afghanistan. Afghanistan has been renamed the Islamic Emirates of Afghanistan by the Taliban after its fighters swept into the capital, Kuba. Kuba, a bustling metropolis of 6 million, has turned into a male-dominated city without police of traffic controls. Record the scores of Afghans ran alongside a U.S. military plane as it taxied on the runway, and several clung to the side as the jet took off. Senior U.S. military official confirmed to Al Jazeera that the chaos left 7 dead as well as several who fell from the flight. According to AP, the Taliban, a militant group that ran the country in the late 1990s, have again taken control. The US-led invasion of Afghanistan in 2001 ousted the insurgents from power, but they never left. After they blistered across the country in recent days, the Western-backed government that has run the country for 20 years collapsed. And still on the foreign scene, deficient Afghan ex-vice president vows to fight Taliban. Afghanistan's deficient vice president made one thing clear as the Taliban seized control of the capital following the collapse of his government. He will not surrender. It appears he has retreated to the country's last remaining holdout, the Panjshir Valley northeast of Kabul. A day later, pictures began to surface on social media of the former vice president with the son of his former mentor and famed anti-Taliban fighter Ahmed Shahid Massoud in Panjshir, a mountainous redoubt tucked into the Hindu Kush. Saleh Ahmad's son, who commands a military force, appeared to be putting together the first piece of a guerrilla movement to take on the victorious Taliban as fighters regroup in Panjshir. Famed for its neutral defenses, the valley never fell to the Taliban during the civil war of the 1990s, nor was it ever conquered by the Soviets a decade earlier. Such a battle would be the latest in Saleh's long struggle against the Taliban, as in one-time insurgent turned spy chief and later vice premier. Orphaned at a young age, Saleh first fought alongside guerrilla commander Massoud in the 1990s. He went on to serve in his government before being chased out of Kabul when the Taliban captured it in 1996. The hardliners then tortured his sister in their bid to hunt him down, Saleh has said. And with that, we move to sport news. Athletes Village reopens 1 week before Tokyo Paralympics begins. Tokyo's Athlete Village reopened on Tuesday, 7 days before the commencement of the Paralympic Games, Kyodo News Agency has reported. The delegations have started arriving at the village a day after the announcement that the Paralympic Games would follow the lead of the Olympics. Organizers have said that fans would, however, be excluded from venues due to the coronavirus pandemic. Delegations staying at the village would be required to undergo daily COVID-19 testing, wear face masks, and maintain social distancing, as well as the case during the Olympic Games, which ended on August 8th. The organizers said they would further enhance safety at the village due to higher health risk from some para-athletes suffering severe symptoms in case of infection, Kyoto reported. Toshiro Muto, head of the organizing committee, observed that there were different challenges with Paralympians compared to Olympians. Tokyo is currently under a fourth coronavirus state of emergency set to last until August 31st. The Paralympic Games will see around 4,400 athletes from 160 nations compete in Tokyo from August 24th to September 5th, 2021. Lastly, on sport news, Luis Sanchez out for 6 weeks. Leeds Portugal midfielder Renato Sanchez has undergone surgery on a new injury and will be out for 6 weeks, the French champion announced. Sanchez had been struggling with his knee for several weeks. He played the entire 3-0 draw at Metz in the first round, but was not in the squad for Saturday's 4-0 home loss to Nice. Lee said in a statement on Monday evening that he would begin rehabilitation this week. Sanchez appeared in 23 games as Leeds won League One last session. A 6-week absence would mean he misses the club's first 2 Champions League group stage matches in September. The injury also reduces the chances that Lille will sell one of their most valuable assets before the transfer window closes at the end of August. Sanchez had been linked to several clubs including Liverpool and Barcelona, and the expected fee of around €35 million would have solved some of the club's financial problems. Lille had already sold central midfielder Buhari Sumere, who played 32 times in League One last season, to Leicester for a fee reported to be around €20 million. Sanchez, who was part of Portugal's Euro-winning team in 2016, appeared in all his country's first game in this summer's final. And with that, we've come to the end of the Gallery TV News Bulletin this hour. Don't forget to visit our social media platform on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the Gallery TV, and also visit our website at www.thegallerytv.ng for more news updates. I remain Titilayo Olamide. Thanks for watching and do have a lovely evening.